Thanks for staying with us. We're going to start with the nation. Tinubu, prosperity soon after subsidy removal pains. Terrorists, bandits on rampage. My friend Isa Gusau Shetima writes on X-Aid. CCB invites Interior Minister. President leaders Lord ex-APC Chair Akonde at 85. Sanwo-Olu signs record 2.267 trillion naira 2024 estimates. NNPCL opens bid to privatize Port Harcourt refinery. And hoodlum sees body at Ekiti State University Teaching Hospital. Okay, which story? Let's take with major headline.
Okay. Yes. So the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu was at the Dan Ayam Stadium in Owerri yesterday, where the swearing in of Governor Hope Uzodimma and his deputy for their second term was happening, and where the Chief Judge of Imo State was administering the oath of office, and he remembered Nigerians again and decided to, to reassure Nigerians of better times to come. He said prosperity soon after subsidy removal. He termed the 40 years plus that we paid subsidy as a wasteful period. He said we allowed a few to corner the resources of the country, and that has stopped. He promises that things will soon start to open up and look brighter for Nigerians. He shared positivity and, continued to reassure Nigerians. And for the first time since he assumed office, the president and Obasanjo, who opposed this presidential bid, met at the event. And sitting in their middle was the Senate president who...
He said that was intentional. Because the organizers knew he was coming, they knew that Obasanjo was going to be there, so they strategically put the Senate president...
For that
oh, okay, you have that story.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought that was part of your story.
Also, I'm just recounting how the nation took it. Okay. But, his reassurances on what will come and all the policies, how his policies are supposed to help Nigeria return to prosperity is the highlight of his speech yesterday.
Okay, go ahead.
I can take the story. So, the way the nation reports it says the two patriots and foes met at last in Owerri. It was neither at the Council of State meeting nor the home of any of them. Anyway, it was, as Nima just read, at the swearing in of the second term inauguration of Governor Hope Uzodimma. And the way this reporter wrote this story is just funny. It says all eyes were on the 2 August visitors. The president was there, resplendent in white with a red cap, while the Obasanjo was in white too with blue cap, and that they greeted. And Obasanjo grabs the president's hands with both hands, and that... they looked into each other's faces and they smiled. This reporter wrote all this.
Story.
And they smiled. And he said that who knows what they were thinking in their minds. So the reporter goes on to say that the president is likely thinking, look at me, the person you never really wanted, and, mentioned all the issues that they had, in the administration where Obasanjo was president and how he stopped it. And then this reporter goes on to say that in Obasanjo's mind, maybe you say, this Idom boy, at last, despite all odds, made it to power at the center. Anyway, just to show that, these are, so we know them as two major political foes, and here they are, many years after, they have to be on the same platform, and
and they were rather civil.
Office, yes, and Obasanjo gave him the respect of his office as well.
I actually didn't see that in the nation. I would have really loved. That's the kind of story I like.
Yes, so I put two stories actually.
I'm sure that I was shocked. I missed it.
I was surprised. Old age, right? You're 63. Right, 63. We can understand. We understand. Anyway, let's move on.
That's why I kept asking you, what did you take in the nation? Over and over.
I took the hoodlums
that
invaded the Ekiti University Teaching Hospital. Apparently, they had taken their father, one of them had taken his father there to the accidents and emergency unit, and then he died a few hours later. So the hoodlums raided the hospital, accusing the doctors of negligence, and they now took the body away without paying medical bills. And, they chased all the doctors, everybody on duty, not just doctors, they chased everybody on duty away. What has happened now is that the Association of Residents Doctors in Ekiti have gone on strike, an indefinite strike with immediate effect. And it has paralyzed the activities of the hospital.
Okay, and that story?
NMPC, well.
Okay, let's take Sanwo-Olu. So the Lagos State Governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, on Monday assented to the 2.2 trillion naira appropriation bill passed into law by the State House of Assembly. The reports came that on Friday, January 5th, passed into law the 2.2 trillion naira appropriation bill. At the plenary, Sanwo-Olu on Wednesday presented a budget estimate of this amount, 2.2. Assenting to the approved budget on Monday, the governor noted that there was an addition to the 21.743 billion naira by the House against the size presented back in December. So according to him, just moments ago, I assented to the bill as approved by the legislature for the purpose of clarity. The approved budget size is 2.2 trillion, comprised of the capital expenditure and also the recurrent expenditure. But however, he said that is 21 billion naira higher than what was presented to the House of Assembly due to additional provisions to enforce completion on ongoing projects. So he said that the details of the appropriation law will be provided by the Honorable Commissioner of Economic Planning and Budget. Okay.
Let me take one more story. The NNPCL yesterday opened a bid to privatize the operation of its Port Harcourt Petroleum Refinery. So this has been made available, the expression of interest has been made available on the website, and the decision was ensure reliability and sustainability. So NNPC is saying that they're seeking to engage reputable and credible operations and maintenance companies to operate and maintain one of its refineries, the Port Harcourt Refinery Company, to ensure reliability and sustainability towards meeting the nation's fuel supply and energy security obligations. This bid will close January 29th. All documents should be submitted electronically by February 26th. As we all remember, December 15th was announced as the completion, the mechanical completion of the refinery rehabilitation. So that's out.
Okay. The Punch, very quickly. Abduction epic spreads nationwide. OPMS, that's Organized Private Sector, blames struggling Naira for highest inflation in 21 years. 14 states spent 21 billion Naira on foreign trips despite zero FDI. Sanwo-Olu approves more projects with 2 trillion Naira budget. Tinubu National Assembly governors remember fallen heroes. Kidnapping, Wike fiddles with Rivers politics while Abuja burns. 59 protesters killed, 189 journalists arrested under Buhari's report, and EFCC to arraign ex-minister over the unpaid 3.6 billion naira loan. Okay.
Okay, so I have a very sad major headline in the Punch, and it's just an article taking total account of all the kidnappings and banditry activities that have happened the past weeks. Of course, we know of the Al-Qadriya story and the Ariya story. The Punch took these accounts, and as well as other accounts of kidnapping and the dumping of some unidentified bodies that, were dumped. So the Ariya is Michelle Ariya, the 13-year-old girl that was, murdered, and Nabiha, as well as her sisters who have been abducted, and Nabiha murdered as well. And so just an inventory of all these activities that have been happening. They said no fewer than 954 954 people were killed, while 4,000 plus were abducted across the country between January to December 2023. The security reports are not so encouraging. They said an Abuja-based risk security management consulting company confirms this.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.